Hello there, Internet. Mogwai here, and I have not uploaded a video on this channel in a little bit. Okay, I get it. It's been a minute since the last upload. I understand. I don't really have a great excuse, but I'm going to throw it at you anyways. A new card game has soft launched, and I have been absolutely addicted. Pokemon TCG Pocket is set to release worldwide on October 30th, just 2 days from now. As a longtime Pokemon fan and card game addict, my expectations were initially quite low. Even as a kid, I never really got into the Pokemon trading card game. The energy system resembles lands in Magic the Gathering. The resources that you use to play your cards are mixed in with your deck, which means that your 60 card deck runs a good amount of cards that essentially do nothing. Like lands in Magic, you need energy cards to be able to attack with your Pokemon. This is an aspect that I've never been a huge fan of in card games. So when I was told that the Pokemon TCG Pocket game was essentially a simpler version of the Pokemon trading card game, I was expecting to dive into the same game with smaller decks. Boy, was I wrong. Pokemon TCG Pocket is a new, different game, and it's amazing. The game is simple. Both players deploy Pokemon onto the active slot and the bench, and then proceed to battle it out in a turn-based match. Whoever scores 3 points first wins. How do you score points? By killing, I mean fainting, by fainting the opponent's Pokemon. KOing a Pokemon nets you 1 point unless it's an EX Pokemon. EX Pokemon are a special type of Pokemon card in the game which are considerably more powerful than regular Pokemon cards. They boast higher HP and can hit for tremendous amounts of damage, definitely giving off final boss vibes. Overcoming EX Pokemon may be difficult, but taking them down is definitely worth the hustle, as KOing them nets you not 1 but 2 points, which means you only have to defeat a regular Pokemon on top of that to win the game. Just like in the regular games, Pokemon cards each have their own attacks. These moves are enabled by energy. Some attacks require just 1 energy, while others require more. The more energy a move needs, the stronger it'll be. How do you get energy? This is where both games differ. In Pokemon Pocket, energy is automatically generated once per turn. This means there's no such thing as energy cards. Your deck is full of cards that are actually playable, and I personally love this. The gameplay is definitely simple, yet it is anything but boring. You can expend energy to retreat your frontline Pokemon to prevent your opponent from getting points for taking it down. Pokemon Pocket games are a mixture of offensive and defensive plays, and playstyles differ way more than you'd expect. It's true, quite a few of the cards in the game rely on coin flips to determine damage or value output. This was definitely off-putting to me at first, but then I realized that while this does lead to highs and lows, over time, the RNG ends up breaking even. All card games have coin flips. Whether it's drawing lands in Magic the Gathering, running into game-defining locations, or playing against the likes of Airship and Marvel Snap, RNG is a core aspect within card games. And Pokemon Pocket just happens to be more upfront about it. The core set already offers many different viable strategies. While deck building may seem rather straightforward, it's actually more nuanced than you'd initially think. I believe most Pokemon cards are viable in one way or another. It's all about finding the right Pokemon combination that will allow even the more underrated cards to shine. Even though the game has not yet been released worldwide, there was a soft launch for Pokemon Pocket in New Zealand. This means people residing within the country were able to download the game earlier than everybody else and essentially get early access. Fortunately for me, I happened to be spending the weekend crashing at Oliver Dundee's house. Oliver is my best friend, and he lives in New Zealand. This allowed me to download the game legally from within the region and not have to resort to shady criminal VPN tactics. While I did get early access to Pokemon Pocket, I do not own a New Zealand bank account, so I couldn't spend any money in the game. Therefore, my experience was completely free to play. And I gotta say, the free-to-play experience in Pokemon Pocket feels good, man. You get a bunch of resources early on, and even after the initial surge dries out, you still get to open 2 packs every day for free. In under 2 weeks, I was able to play a bunch of different decks. As slowly but surely, I kept opening packs, building up my collection. Coming from Marvel Snap, I gotta say it felt good to open actual card packs again. If I had to resort to just one word to define Pokemon Pocket's UI, I'd go with clean. Navigating through the menu, deck building, and opening packs all feel so smooth, with a simplistic yet elegant interface design with nice chill music in the background. Turning on this app is always a feels good kind of moment. So I've decided to make content on this game. A lot of it. I want to showcase all the underrated Pokemon cards in Bible decks so you can play with your favorite cards, or at least the ones you have. Uploads will begin on October 30th, the day of worldwide release. Makes sense, right? We're gonna be posting daily spicy brews as I'm gonna showcase all sorts of different cards, underrated strategies, and just being edgy, like we like to be here. Hopefully you guys are excited for the upcoming content. This is kind of like a full circle moment for me since I founded the channel on Pokemon, and then I moved over to trading card games, and now I got a Pokemon card game. Feels pretty amazing, and I am super excited, man, because this game really exceeded my expectations. Yes, it's simple, but it's incredibly fun, very easy to get into. And I think I have a lot to offer and share. So I'm looking forward to it. And I'm just so excited, man. So hopefully you guys are as well. Love you. Have a solid day. Thank you for watching. Have a solid day. And I'll see you then.